and in this tutorial, we will walk through how to add custom buttons to your video calls that trigger whatever you would like in your Bubble app, such as opening a new page, updating your database, even doing actions like starting a transcription, which is something also that is exclusively available in the Plus version of the Daily plugin. So let us get into it. Here, I've already done the setup of my plugin, installing it from the marketplace. I have signed up for Daily and Bubble. I'm inside a Bubble app on a blank page. So if you need help with that, I'll link another video that goes over more base setup. And the first thing I'll do is I'll add the Daily Plus events element. So the free plugin has an events element. We want the Plus version. And we'll just put it on the page. Sometimes I put it in a hidden pop-up. That also works well. That never triggers, keeps it out of the way. So we can actually also just drag that here. Or you can put it on the page, whichever you desire. But this is going to give us some essential events that we'll listen for, and then we'll update the UI accordingly. Then I'm just going to do a base pages loaded workflow. Of course, you can trigger joining a call from starting, from a button, from all sorts of things, but I'm just going to do a pages loaded. And I'll quickly create a room, and I'll join that room. We'll join with that URL, and we'll do a full screen, just a base full screen. And whenever you want to use events, one thing that you can't forget is to begin event listening. So this action after joining the room will actually make it so that events will trigger. Without it, events won't trigger. Then I'm just going to add a join meeting event. So whenever the user joins a meeting, then we're going to make some updates to the buttons. We can update our custom tray button. I'm going to call this button info. The label is going to be info. We're just going to make a simple button. I already have an icon. You could upload an icon from your database or use one that's hosted. But I'm just going to paste this icon URL. Again, it can be from your database. It just has to be a URL for the icon. And tooltip is going to be what you see when you hover over the button. I'll put that there. Cool. I've got a custom tray button. And the last thing I want to do here is when this button clicks. So the Plus version, Plus events, has a when a custom button is clicked event. And I have Air Alert, which is a plugin. Air Alert, very helpful for just sending toast notifications. But I'm going to send info button was clicked. Actually, I'll also add, and I'll only trigger it. We gave our button a button ID. So if you have multiple buttons and you only want to do some actions when a certain button is clicked, I'll only trigger it when the custom button ID is info. Otherwise, I don't want to trigger this. So let's try it out. We're going to preview. I'm going to remove the debugger. So make it debug mode equals false. We're in our Bubble app. We've joined our call. Let's get in here. And we see that we have this custom button here called info with our icon. We have a tooltip info. If we click it, we see that our Air Alert has kind of triggered. And that's it. So this is a Spartan example of what you might do with a custom tray button, but you can use it to trigger any sort of workflow within your database, within your Bubble app, whether it's changing some information, closing a call, starting a different call, switching calls, all sorts of things. So excited to hear what you do with it. And that's it for this video. Have a great one.